Yay! Is this thing on? Do, 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 do. I think it's on. So I wanted to take you guys on a quick tour today of the magical space that I work in. And I say that sort of laughingly because sometimes it feels really magical and sometimes it doesn't. And that's because it all kind of depends on where I'm working that day because we're all home all the time. So even though I actually have a dedicated workspace, it kind of differs depending on my mood and my coworkers. So, can I turn this around? I don't know if I can actually turn this around. Let's see. I don't know how to turn it around, but I'll just show you. So, my coworkers today, can you say hi, Diggy? Is Diggy? Hang on. You can see that he's already, so our amazing house cleaner came and cleaned yesterday, and he's already destroyed the couch. Let's see if I can. Can you say hi, Diggles? This is, yeah, he doesn't love being on camera. Oh, but Moy does. So these are my coworkers for today, simply because they're in this room. This is Moxie Moobeen, and this is Diggy Bombeen. And as you can see, they have already completely destroyed the couch that our amazing cleaner fixed. So this is the room that I tend to work in. This is we call this the post and beam living room because there are actually 3 living rooms in our house, which sounds excessive. But since quarantine, it works actually really well. I wish I could turn this around. Okay, so where I really want to be working in a perfect world is this workspace. So this is my desk. I really love it. It's got my laptop on it, which has the book manuscript that's coming out. It's got this is my All Roads Open. It's really hard to do without turning on. This is my All Roads Open candle. And it's a road opener to inspire, unblock blessings, desire, and change. And it's a witchy, blessed candle that I light when I sit down at my desk in the morning. And it's because my magical phrase and intention this year is around all doors opening. So when I found that candle, I was like, that has to go on my workspace. My workspace, it's really important to me that it be pretty. So I have things like this beautiful chunk of amethyst. I have all sorts of witchy things down here, wands and cedar that I burn. I have an altar to Jupiter with 8 blueberries and some really good whiskey. And this key that represents all doors opening. And then a statue of Hermes with a little spell that he's carrying for me. And this really cool thing that my husband got me for Christmas, because I love pyramids and crystals and copper. I haven't quite figured out how to work with that. And then some of you have seen this crown. Hang on, I'm gonna model it for you. I'll wear it for the rest of the, yeah, that's my crystal crown. And then the other thing that's really important about my workspace is that it's right by this door. And I had this amazing session with a magical, like feng shui, magic of spaces kind of witch yesterday. And she was talking to me about the magic of doors. So I'm definitely going to be doing some work around that. But so that's workspace number 1. And that's really the space that I want to be working at. Sometimes, and this is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to share it with you anyway. Sometimes I work over here. This table is a disaster. And actually, I want you guys to check in with me tomorrow and ask me if I cleaned it, because that's my intention for tonight, to clean off this table. Because I do sometimes sit here and work. When I sit here and work, my backdrop is a lot nicer because you can see all that behind me versus when I'm sitting here and working where the backdrop is actually that shitty, messy table, which I will change tonight. So you guys check with me. Okay, ask me if I cleaned the table tonight. The third place that I like to work, we're going into a room with a different dog now. Ready? This is the dog that's in this room right now. You say hello, Nala. This is Nala Nisa. She's my old girl. She bites people, so she doesn't get to meet people. But this is the third place that I work. This chair, it's really, really cozy. It's got a number of the books that I'm reading right now on it. Damn it. This is the first one. It's sorcery, secrets, financial sorcery. My go-to every day, which is the Crowley Tarot. My alchemical journal, which I write in every morning. And then also like this really beautiful, it's hard sometimes for me to focus because that's what's outside that window. So these are my 3 workspaces. And if you're having a meeting with me or you're one of my clients and you're on a session with me, I'm definitely in one of, oh, I just found my water. I was wondering where that went. I'm definitely in one of those workspaces. But my workspaces are really important to me because I have sort of different levels of productivity in each. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today, because if you're one of my community who are out there doing amazing, magical things in the world, you have to know what works best for you in terms of where you can be creative, where you can think. Like I generally work in this room because no one else is in this room. Everyone else is in another part of this house. And if I'm sitting here at my desk, then my back is to everything else that's happening in the house. And that's really helpful because my household is super distracting. My husband likes to just talk to me when he has an idea in his head, and that's usually when I'm in the middle of doing something. So I like being in this room away from people. I like having my back to the room so that I can really focus. I like having the view of outdoors and the door next to me. Like this room is pretty much surrounded by windows that make me really happy to look out of. So it's really important to me to know, depending on what I'm doing, like, am I on a client call? If I'm on a client call, I'm often actually sitting out in that big comfy chair by the wood stove, because if I'm on the phone, people know not to bother me. But if I'm writing or doing other things where I need to focus and it's not obvious that I'm doing something and don't want to be bothered, I'm usually in this room. So I want to hear about your workspaces and whether or not you've found something, especially in quarantine, where it works for you, because you're probably home or you're sharing spaces with people that you didn't normally share them with. But I'd love to hear about what's working for you and how you found ways to make a really like comfy, but also very effective workspace for you in quarantine. So that's a little mini tour of my house space, of my workspace, my desk, and especially the magical components of my desk. And if there's something else that you're curious about, ask me. I've set an intention after this amazing call with this unbelievable guru of social media. I've set this intention to make a video a day for you guys for the next 30 days. So if there's something that you want to see or hear about, or you want me to make a video, I'm going to have 30 days of content to figure out. So I really welcome suggestions. And I thank you for tuning in, all 5 of you who are watching right now. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to figure out how to turn this around tomorrow. But Diggy and I say goodbye. Say goodbye, Diggies. Oh, Diggies. Look at that face. Do you guys have as cute a companion working with you? There he is. Look at that. So Diggy and I say goodbye. Have a great day. And I will be back tomorrow with another video.